stoppage by referee for any reason. The team with the most points after 5 bouts is the winner. In case of a tie by points, the team with the most tap outs, KOs, TKOs, and stoppages wins. In case of another tie, the team that took the shortest time to achieve its stoppages is the winner. Bouts tonight are scheduled for 3 rounds of 5 minutes each. Lakeland, are you ready? He is a world-renowned trainer and known for both maturity and the sense of humor he brings to the sport. Please welcome the coach of the Port St. Lucie Devils, Dean Thomas. Next, please welcome, out of Gracie, Tampa, one of the first Americans to earn a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and trainer of numerous world-class fighters that you have seen on The Ultimate Fighter and UFC, including Monster Lobster, Alan Barub, and Rob Arroyo. The coach of the Tampa Terrors, please welcome Rob Kahn. The Terrors and the Devils will compete in 5 matches, followed by a second match of 5 fights between your hometown Lakeland Blaze and the Cincinnati Norsemen.
Let's go ringside. Benjamin Glossop, Randy Harris, and roving reporter Nancy Evans have the call with special guest commentator Marcus Jones.
And we're underway.
One of the things they talked about backstage before the fight started is that they will all touch gloves once the fight starts.
Nice shoot in by Gilberto, I'm sorry, Burgos. Nice sweep takedown right there. Good sweep for a half guard position. Actually side control.
Pat Seidel on the ground. Benny, if you were in this situation, not that you have been, but your back is on the ground.
Come on, baby.
What do you do?
Get out of here.
Great transition to an armbar. Gilberto needs to.
That's what you do.
He needs to try to put pressure down. He doesn't want to extend, but he's going to option for the slam. Seidel here still got a good grip on the arm.
We've talked about this many times, though, Benny. When you have that arm bar in and you go for the slam, it locks that arm bar in, sometimes even tighter.
Sometimes it will make it tighter. A lot of times the best advantage for the guy.
Get out of the triangle. Come on, man.
Nice transition working the triangle, Seidel. Gilberto needs to put pressure down and try to walk around. If he can walk around and get a head over the head of Seidel, then Burgos will have a chance to pass. But this is a pretty tight position right now for Seidel.
Both these coaches, as we all know here in Bone Crunch, the Tampa team and the Port St. Lucie, they are jiu-jitsu guys.
Nice ground and pound, which is doing a great job for Burgos to keep himself alive. And Seidel's transition back to an armbar again, which is a favorable position right now for Burgos, because he's going to be able to take the pressure off of his neck, be able to breathe a little bit and continue. Those big elbows and big punches are starting to cut open Seidel as we speak.
Seidel still has that arm locked in pretty well, Benny.
What's your advice here, big guy?
Right now, I'd really like to see him raise up and get out of the triangle, and go to side mount, side position. He's doing really well by hammering him. He has him dazed right now a little bit. A couple of punches. It doesn't take many punches to the head to get you in that dazed land, but he's doing a really good job defending right now. So it's anybody's game right now.
Marcus, let me ask you this, and Benny, both of you professional fighters. We hear the coaches, we hear the teams in both corners yelling. Can you hear this? Can you hear what's being yelled at you?
It's a rare experience for me. I think you're so zoned out. I don't know about you, Marcus, but
you hear what they tell you right before the fight, and after that, you might hear a glimpse. You might even hear somebody from the crowd say elbow, and then you'll drop an elbow. But it's you go into a zone actually, and you just oh yes, come on, keep going, baby.
It's generally an unwanted selective hearing, I think.
It really is.
Right now, I think Burgos is doing good to stay alive, but Seidel, on the same token, is doing a really good job to play that submission game from his back. I'd like to see Burgos try to pass this half guard and go to side control, like you said, Marcus, to have a better control and not have to worry about these submissions continuously being thrown on him.
Yeah, when you're fighting somebody who has a really good guard, especially with a really good jiu-jitsu background, you constantly have to worry about submissions from their back, and you really don't want to be in somebody's guard.
We talked about this at the beginning of the show. What are the judges looking at? Seidel, yes, has had a couple submissions in, but he's taken a beating so far.
This is one of the great things where jiu-jitsu is so valuable in this sport, and wrestling is so valuable in this sport, as we see a great takedown right there by Burgos. but getting punched a lot of times will take that jiu-jitsu away. And Burgos has managed to stay away from the submissions because of that striking and ground and pound advantage. But here you are with this great takedown. He fell right into another armbar triangle setup.
Seidel has another triangle set up, taking a lot of punishment, a lot of elbows.
Great submission composure from Seidel and great defense composure, even though he's not trying to pass. Burgos is absolutely doing good, but this is the kind of thing that makes you wonder who's getting more tired, the guy trying to keep it on or the fighter trying to stay alive.
You know, just as I do, like when you try to put a triangle or an arm bar on for a long period of time, especially a triangle, those legs get really tired and fatigued.
Absolutely. That is a tight arm bar. Could be trouble, but he pulled right back in. Good pressure.
It's a really good fight. It's a really good fight.
And Seidel better do something quick because he has been busted up on the left side of his face, right around his eye.
And you know when that blood starts to get into your eye, man, it's any man's world. You can barely see.
Referee is extremely close looking at that eye.
Absolutely. It looks like right through either below the eye or on the bridge of the nose, draining into the eye. And if you guys can't tell by listening through us and our microphones, the Lakeland Center is going crazy right now. This is a great first fight to start off not only tonight's fights, but the 2008 Bone Crunch season in general.
Yeah, I'm having a heart attack right now. Come on, come on.
Looks like Burgos has cut a little bit under his eye as well, or a good bruise, a mouth starting to show. These guys have done a really good job, and we're coming to the end of the round with 10 seconds left in a very exciting submission war and submission defense war here in the first round.
What an incredible way to start Bone Crunch 08.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Constant movement, constant action all the way through the first round. It's unbelievable. I'm about to have a heart attack, man.
That was an awesome first round of fighting to start off 2008 Bone Crunch. Tampa Terrors versus Port St. Lucie Devils. We're going to hit a commercial break. Don't turn that dial. We'll be right back.
I'm Seth the Silver Rock Petrozelli, and you're watching Fightzone TV.
Whether you're promoting yourself or your business, U.S. Website Design and Hosting provides web hosting at lightning-fast speeds, domain name registration, and web building site tools for all types of websites at discounted prices. From a large corporate presence to a small one-page personal site, you want it to load fast. Give yourself or your business more exposure and extend your public image today. You can find us through any search engine or just go to uswdh.com.
Great news, fight fans. Fight Zone magazine is now available throughout Florida and is packed with articles on mixed martial arts, boxing, wrestling, karate, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and more. Fight Zone features women fighters, casino events, and the best national, regional, and local fight news. Pick up a copy at your favorite fight event, gym, school, and retail outlet. For all this and one of the largest photo galleries in the world, visit FightZoneMagazine.com.
Shapes Total Fitness for Women will help you get it back and keep it. Shapes is the place to lose weight, to be among friends, to have fun, to get fit, and never, ever let it go. Join Shapes now for just $6 per week. Get it back with 10 new exciting fitness classes, just $6 per week. Join Shapes Total Fitness for Women. Get it back.
Scan Design. Better life.
We are back. Round two of what an exciting fight. I really don't know who won that first round. And right back down to the ground.
That first round was a perfect example of you don't let it go to the judges. Are the judges looking for who fought off submissions, or are the judges looking for the guy that tried to throw on more submissions? And that was a great example of somebody needs to do something exciting in this round. What do you think, Marcus, of that first round?
You know, it could go either way. Basically, if you're looking to see, like you said, whoever went for the most submissions or the pounding. Right now, it's anybody's fight. Both these fighters are game, and I'm just excited to be here. You cannot be not excited for this. It's unbelievable match, man. I'm about to lose it.
You know, the thing that I found interesting during the break, though, guys, is both coaches instructed their fighter to keep the fight in front of them, in front of where the coaches are, so that they can help them, they can coach them through it.
Absolutely. We talked about the, quote-unquote selective hearing a little bit, but the best place to be is in front of your corner, because then you have that advantage, if you can do it, to listen to your trainer and your teammates, whoever's in your corner. It looks like officially that Seidel does have a cut on the bridge of his nose that was draining into the eye. Right now it's not bad, and a good mouse going underneath. A good open guard game by Seidel right now, with Burgos fighting nice punches and nice elbows. And a smart Burgos right now would keep working that cut. The best thing to his advantage is to get him tired and get him bloody, and see if the referees at that point might even stop the fight.
Definitely.
You have to admit, Burgos has done a really good job. He's been in some really nasty situations, and he's fought his way through it, and he's landed some huge punches.
I think the most important thing is when somebody's trying to submission on you is to stay calm.
Absolutely.
You know what you have to do to get out of it, and if it's not a serious armbar or anything like, if you just stay relaxed and stay calm, eventually something's going to give and you can work your way out of it.
Did you really expect anything different, though, from a Dean Thomas and Rob Kahn team?
No.
Seidel right now trying to work a rubber guard, a very Eddie Bravo style tactical open guard, looking to go for a go-go plata.
Exactly.
But it looks like Burgos did a nice job transitioning out, and he's in a good side control position right now. Let's see if he can keep Seidel from going back into either a half guard or even to a full open guard again. He's getting warned right now, Burgos, for punching to the back of the head.
And he's been warned twice already. The next time he's going to lose a point.
A great ground war. Nice.
Yeah, nice job.
Burgos went for the armbar. Seidel did a transition rollout, and they're kind of right back to familiar territory right here, as we can see it. Pretty commonplace for these guys.
How exciting are these lightweights, man? They're constantly moving, constantly going for submissions. Oh my God, man, the energy level in these guys is just phenomenal.
1 minute you look and you think Marcus and Randy that one guy is tired, the more tired, and then you look and then you think the other fighter's the more tired. Right now we're having a referee position stoppage. Mouth guard, looks like a mouth guard came out.
Yeah, mouthpiece came out.
I don't know if that's going to affect the time, if the judges did a timeout, but it looks like the clock will keep running, and the fighters will get restarted right from that exact position where the referee stopped it.
And you know well as I know, 30 seconds or 5 seconds lasts an eternity when you're in the cage.
Absolutely, when you're tired. One thing I can give Seidel credit for, one of the best things you can have in a fight like this is great open guard and really flexible loose hips to transition, and Seidel's shown some beautiful hip movement.
Talk about for a second now, fighter has already been warned. He's been warned twice. Next time he loses a point. Where do you look at something like that? Yes, you lose a point, but the advantage that you might take from losing that point, is it worth it?
You know, honestly, I'm this way. If I'm going, I'm going for 110%. I'm not going to slow up just because I'm afraid of losing a point. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to win this fight regardless. I'm not going to
stop the fight.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing. If I'm overly aggressive, so be it. You know, and until I win this fight, I'm in a battle.
And you might lose that point, yet you just come back with even more fire. Your opponent is getting more tired, but you remain really explosive. You could get that point back in the judge's eyes because you've got the continued veracity. And then in the same token, he's tired. What's that 1 point going to do if you know you're going to get that submission or that knockout because the fighter's worn down by your strength and your movement also. So I think you can't let it overcome you. It's just a factor of the game, and you have to keep sticking with your game plan. If you overthink anything in this game, it's a second too late and it's done.
Too late.
MMA action in the state of Florida, I believe in the whole United States, 10-point must. Somebody must get 10 points.
Yep, no matter what state it is, if there's a sanctioned athletic commission governing the event, they're all using the Nevada State Athletic Commission so that all the events are governed through the same rules and the same policies. That way, if any of these fighters, like the team from Ohio, if any of these guys are going to fight in the off-season
it's all
Bone Crunch,
consistent.
It's consistent everywhere they fight, and I think that's a really important and very good thing that is happening throughout our sport.
We're approaching 10 seconds left in round 2 of another exciting round.
Unbelievable.
And there you have it, the end of round 2, another exciting round.
Hey, fight fans, this is Nancy Evans of Fightzone TV and Fightzone Magazine, and I've got the really big guy here, which is Marcus Jones. Hey, Marcus, what's going on?
Oh, I'm enjoying myself today. We have 5 guys from Gracie Tampa about to put it down, and I'm so excited.
Okay, now we're here at Bone Crunch, and this is something new. This is, you're going to be cornering them, or what's the scoop?
Well, right now, I'm going to be doing a little commentating. You know, a lot of people really don't know about it, but it's an opportunity for guys who, you know, are basically trying to get that first win, or, you know, try to get the, you know, ring jitters out to, you know, go in and perform and represent their dojo where they're from. So it's a really good opportunity, not only just for, you know, personal-wise, but as a team.
Great news, fight fans. Fightzone magazine is now available throughout Florida and is packed with articles on mixed martial arts, boxing, wrestling, karate, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and more. Fightzone features women fighters, casino events, and the best national, regional, and local fight news. Pick up a copy at your favorite fight event, gym, school, and retail outlet. For all this and one of the largest photo galleries in the world, visit FightZoneMagazine.com. See you in the zone. Fightzone.
Get bigger. Get harder. Get stronger. Get Gamma. Gamma O.
Gamma O works for me, it'll work for you.
I'm Razor Rob McCullough, World Extreme Cage Fighting Lightweight Champion. I take Gamma O.
Get bigger. Get harder. Get Gamma. Gamma O. Available at select General Nutrition Centers and other fine health food stores nationwide.
Today, Florida Lotto has something completely new. Choices. Now, when you pick your numbers, you can pick your jackpot too and win millions more. Here's how. Play for the regular jackpot. Or for $2, add an extra $10 million to the jackpot. Or for $3, it's an extra $25 million. The choice is yours. Play Florida Lotto. Add millions to your jackpot.
Bacardi and Diet Cola. 0 carbs, 0 sugar.
This is actually amazing. The very first fight of the brand new year here in Bone Crunch. What a way to start.
Nice leg kick. Good stuff by Burgos. You saw Seidel just throw that punch, and a huge amount of saliva just came out. That's how tired these guys are, that their mouths are open, they're spitting when they're breathing. But here comes the action tight again.
And you don't realize it, but these slams, they do more to you than just, physically damage you. They mentally do something to you. It's saying, I'm getting dominated, I'm getting slammed. It's an emotional thing you go through when you get slammed, man.
A takedown is a powerful thing because you feel like automatically in the judge's eyes, I just lost control. No matter what's happening right now.
Seidel sitting here, what's going through his mind right now, guys? I mean, he's got to know that he's losing this fight. It's an exciting fight, but he's got to know that he's losing on points. He's got to do something.
I think that during the break, Marcus made a good point. And if you want to touch on that for everybody to hear, Marcus, about the guy on the bottom versus the guy on the top, and that directly correlates with Randy's question.
I was basically saying if a guy can have the dominant position for 15 minutes, he deserves to win. And it's harder to keep dominant position on somebody than it is to, try for submissions off your back. I mean, as well as I do, you expend so much more energy trying to pass the guard, trying to get, trying to mount this guy. So, I mean, you have to give credit to somebody who can dominate you for 15 minutes.
Well, and let's take that one step further. If a guy's on the bottom trying to throw some submissions on and the guy's on top just trying to stay alive, that's not the case so far in this fight. He's not only staying alive, he's throwing some serious bombs.
Well, and you'll see another good thing here. It takes a lot for a fighter to be able to stay composed. When you're tired, it's easy to want to just give up and let them have the armbar. You're exhausted, you're worn out, you're getting punched. You have all of these issues going through your head that can mentally be breaking you down. In this case tonight, I'm completely amazed at Seidel's hip movement, his flexibility, and his great submission setups. But I'm equally, if not even more, pleased to see Burgos continuing to stay tight, fight tough.
Stay the course.
Throw the elbows, throw the bombs, and he's staying the course. You couldn't say it better.
And let's take it one step further. You know who else is impressing me so far tonight at the Lakeland Civic Center? This crowd.
Amazing.
Because a lot of times you go to events and when you're on the ground and you're jiu-jitsu in it, we hear the boos, we hear the comments. People don't understand Brazilian jiu-jitsu. This crowd understands it.
Well, you got to think about, the two schools that are fighting are, pretty much jiu-jitsu schools, and a lot of people here understand that and respect the game, And right now you've seen an unbelievable match, and right now some willpower that's being exerted between these two athletes, just unbelievable.
When you look at Central Florida, you're looking at fans. These two teams are coming from cities that are big fight towns now. Tampa's a fight town. Lakeland's been a fight town for a while. Orlando's a fight town. We're right in the heart of all of that kind of stuff. And Randy, as you know the number of fighters and coaches in the area. These guys are giving the fans that probably half the people here train or go to every event that's put on.
Absolutely.
And I think that makes a big difference to have a good, healthy crowd.
It's important to throw out before the end of this fight. Marcus Jones sitting in here with us. a MMA fighter now, 2-0 professionally, former NFL football player, former #1 draft pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
But you know what? I'll tell this to anybody who asks me. If you ask me which one I would prefer, I love this sport so much more. I've always been a fan, and now that I have the opportunity to do it, every time I come to a fight or I'm in a fight, I'm livid. I live it, I sleep it, I breathe it, I think about it. I know all the fighters who are fighting, and it just grows on.
Well, we could tell stories. We could tell stories about Marcus and some fighters.
Seidel was working you guys right there. Seidel was working for a Kimura and just transitioned out into an absolutely gorgeous triangle setup. Burgos didn't even see that coming, but he pushes it out. It's fatigue right there. That was one of the most incredible setups I've seen in a long time. From being on your back, rolling to the side, and going to a triangle setup, but this fatigue is set in. He couldn't even hold it down. Burgos is incredibly strong.
That was a beautiful transition, man. It was so fluid, It's one thing to sit there and practice it, and you practice it on somebody who's not fighting back, but then it's another thing when you're in an actual fight to throw a triangle on somebody and hold it,
what people don't realize, and you guys do, and tell the listening audience, the hours and hours of training that you guys put in for a 15-minute fight.
There's no question. I mean, you have to live it, breathe it, eat it, everything. I mean, you have to be, just look at their endurances. This fight right here shows you exactly why they say mixed martial arts fighters are the best conditioned athletes in the world.
I tell people now, I say I wish I would have had the training I have now back then, because I would be a hell of an athlete on the football field, because this is nonstop action all the time. Football, it starts and stops, and these guys haven't stopped not 1 minute.
You know what the biggest problem of this fight is? You've set a really bad precedent for the second fight.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to be, it's like you're at karaoke and you don't want to sing after the person that's really amazing,
Exactly.
That's it. I tell you what, guys, with this going on right here, I would give the nod in this fight to Gilberto Burgos, because he landed more strikes and feigned off great submission attempts in Seidel. We're going to see what the judges do. Marcus Jones has the headset off. He's fired up for his teammate.
I know that we don't normally talk about...
Sorry, I don't mean to be biased. Sorry about that.
That's just fine.
No, what I was saying is a lot of times we don't like to say, what the judges are thinking, because we don't know.
You never know.
But I've got to say that putting the submission holds on was great, but everything that Gilbert did, I believe he won this fight.
I believe he won the fight too, man. Yes.
When you're defending submissions and when you're trying submissions of your own, even if it's minimal compared to what your opponent was doing, but you're landing the number of strikes that he landed and had the intensity that he had. I mean, you gotta also see takedowns are one of those things that decides fights. Forrest Griffin and Tito Ortiz is one of those things that decides fights. And both guys had takedowns, but here we are looking at Gilberto Burgos, who had 2 amazing takedowns in this fight, and that could be a factor.
And what people forget is, the judges are still looking. They haven't put in their ballot yet. So you notice how one fighter's sticking his hands up, and he's showing emotion, and the other one's exhausted. And that's got to fall into the judging.
At the end of a fight, too, the judges will look and see which guy's kind of moping around the ring, really tired, and which fighters got full energy. Could they go for a sudden death kind of fight? And that sometimes will decide a fight in the judges' eyes.
Oh, yeah, all right.
We're looking at Marcus Jones, is so fired up right now.
I've almost had 5 heart attacks already, man. Just watching the submissions, watching Gilbert escape the submissions, watching his ground and pound, man. Oh my God, man.
So obviously, it's harder to sit here and watch a teammate than actually be in there and fight.
Once you're in there, it's all about you. You can do what you want. Win or lose, I'm having fun. I'm in the ring. But these are my brothers. These are guys you train with. You see them evolve into great fighters, and you want them to do so well.
I agree. Or if you're a coach, it's one thing to go fight yourself.
We're going to the ring. We're going to the ring announcer for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for these 2 warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by unanimous decision for the Tampa Terrors, Gilberto Burgos.
Have to agree with that.
I think, like we talked about, with the submission passes and the escapes, the couple takedowns, and then the amount of strikes that were actually landed by Burgos, that's what gave him that obvious, wasn't even a split decision, it was unanimous, and that was an exciting fight.
I don't mind to be biased, but Gracie Taylor, baby.
Thanks to Marcus Jones for sitting in with us, and we're going to be back in just a few with another special guest.
Gilberto, you were absolutely awesome out there. You dominated all 3 rounds. I mean, you just
nervous.
Yeah.
Nervous wrecking, but I'm glad I made it through my another 15-minute round. Second fight in a row that I've been 15 minutes. I need to start finishing them in the first round so I don't have to fight for 15 minutes all my other fights. But thank you for the support.
You're welcome. You did awesome.
God bless everybody, and thank you, man.
Love you, brother.
Love you, too. Thank you. I just don't know what to say, but thank you for all the airtime, and I won't let you guys down in any of my fights.
All right, well, you're undefeated. You're undefeated. Congratulations.
Great news, fight fans. Fightzone magazine is now available throughout Florida and is packed with articles on mixed martial arts, boxing, wrestling, karate, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and more. Fightzone features women fighters, casino events, and the best national, regional, and local fight news. Pick up a copy at your favorite fight event, gym, school, and retail outlet. For all this and one of the largest photo galleries in the world, visit FightZoneMagazine.com. See you in the zone. Fightzone.
Ring in National Team Pepsi Show Team for your next venue. They do it all from special events to TV appearances. And now you can possess what it takes to become a champion martial arts athlete as well. Visit www.battleofthearts.com to purchase your copy of How to Become a Champion Martial Arts Athlete course. Team Pepsi sponsors are Pepsi Americas, equipment sponsors Steve Shepard's Ringstar Incorporated, and the Action Radio Network, home of the Danny and Teresa Zano's Martial Arts Radio Hour.
How to have fewer hangovers. Method 1, don't drink. Hangover avoided. Method 2, take chaser while you drink and wake up feeling great. Breakfast in bed not included. Let's review. Method 1, don't drink. Method 2, take chaser while you drink. Wake up feeling great and cute as a button. Individual cuteness may vary. If you get hangovers, try chaser. Just take 2 pills with your first drink and 2 more later. The choice is yours. Don't drink or don't drink without chaser. Please drink responsibly.
All right, guys, welcome back to fight number 2. We are lucky to have this time with us Ultimate Fighting Championship Florida legend Seth Petrozelli. Welcome to the table, man.
Thank you very much.
Legend.
Appreciate that. Nice.
This is going to be an exciting matchup again. Here we are at 145 pounds, John Turner versus Ralph Acosta. Any predictions, Seth?
Actually, Ralph is trains at my gym in Orlando. About to say he's a great stand-up guy, but he's probably one of the best wrestlers we have in our gym, if not the best wrestler we have in our gym. As you can see right here, taken down.
I was just going to say they've already spent more time standing than the entire last fight, the entire last 15 minutes.
3 5-minute rounds.
Yeah, that left some muzzle out on the ground, wasn't it?
Now, the way I understood it, both of these guys were supposed to be very top-notch wrestlers, as we see Turner going for the armbar setup right now. But the elbow's not really locked in place. Seth, tell us what your guy would do here.
Yeah, he's bent his elbow, which is good. He's got to try to just ease his way out and just come around toward his head, get that knee toward his head, and slip his elbow out and just rain down elbows at this point, which it looks like Dean's telling him to do right now, actually. Oh.
That armbar was tight when he rolled over. Unbelievable quick tap out submission by John Turner over Ralph Acosta.
Nice armbar, super tight armbar right there.
Very tight armbar, Seth. I'm sorry you can't see.
Yeah, I thought I was going to talk to you guys a little longer.
Great having you at the table.
Well, I tell
you know what? I'm going to make a corporate decision. You're now going to stay for fight 3.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Mike Lee's, watch. Mike Lee's going to come here. We're going to kick him out.
Well, we're going to move him down a little.
But you know what, though? Ralph's going to learn from this. This is only his second fight ever. He's one of the best wrestlers in our gym. He's a tough guy. He trains with all of us all the time. So he's going to be fighting on our Orlando team coming up real soon.
I got to tell you a quick funny story since we have about 15 seconds. We went into the back to talk to some of the fighters just to get the pronunciations of the names. So I want to thank Bamboo for helping me say the name John Turner. I'm like, dude, I think I got that one. Can you help me with a difficult one? Right. John Turner.
Seth, I don't know how you feel about this, but I think that you'll see that in this sport, everybody wins and loses. But this is one of those sports where it's okay to lose if you learn from it and you're able to take something away.
Definitely. This is only his second fight. He's going to learn from this and come back even stronger, man. That's just how everyone does in the sport.
Hey, Nancy Evans, and I'm here with John Turner, and you have got to be happy. He finished his fight up in the first round and mighty quick. Tell us what happened.
I came out, tried to throw a few hard punches. He clinched me. He's a good wrestler. Took me down. Gracie Tampa went for the armbar. It wasn't successful at first. I resituated it, got my hips in the right spot, and, pulled it out.
Yes, you did. I heard the crowd in there cheering. And how did it feel good? How did it feel to you? Feel good or great or what?
I feel great, and in about 2 more weeks, I'm going to have my first baby girl, and I can't wait.
All right, well, congratulations to you. You did a great job, and I'll let you go get changed so you can watch the rest of your teammates.
All right, thank you.
Great news, fight fans. Fightzone magazine is now available throughout Florida and is packed with articles on mixed martial arts, boxing, wrestling, karate, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and more. Fightzone features women fighters, casino events, and the best national, regional, and local fight news. Pick up a copy at your favorite fight event, gym, school, and retail outlet. For all this and one of the largest photo galleries in the world, visit FightZoneMagazine.com. See you in the zone. Fight Zone.
Get bigger. Get harder. Get stronger. Get Gamma. Gamma O.
Gamma O works for me, it'll work for you.
I'm Razor Rob McCullough, World Extreme Cage Fighting Lightweight Champion. I take Gamma O.
Get bigger. Get harder. Get Gamma. Gamma O. Available at select general nutrition.
God, England will not fall while I am queen.
Between the kingdoms she was born to serve.
If the Spanish fleet unites, their combined strength will overwhelm us.
And the woman she longed to be.
In some other world, could you have loved me?
Lies the destiny of a queen.
What do you do when you're facing your death?
We have many weaknesses, but we do have hope.
Elizabeth, the Golden Age, now playing on pay-per-view.
Get it now on in-demand pay-per-view.
Do you have continued pain from shingles? In most cases, pain from shingles goes away after the rash heals. Sometimes, however, the pain persists. This is a condition called post-herpetic neuralgia. If you are an 18 to 85-year-old who had shingles more than 3 months ago but still have pain, you may be eligible to participate in a research study. Qualified participants may receive study-related medication and physical exam at no cost. Compensation for your time and travel may be provided.
I'm Dr. Margarita Nunez. Please call to schedule your evaluation.
Steve on FSN.
The third fight of the night, and one of the things that was just brought to our attention, yes, this is a team concept, but you can score bonus points, and that's what just happened, where Tampa is now up 3-0, not 2-0.
Joe Bamboo Wisman quit his job to fight and train full-time, going up against Mike Hyman, who gave himself the nickname Bonesaw last night, and this is a brutal beginning with nice strikes from Wyman.
Nice knee.
Hyman
landed. Bones actually trained up in Orlando for about a year. He moved up here for a little bit, trained with us. He's a tough guy, real tough guy. We wanted him to fight before he left, but he moved back home.
Once again, sitting in with us since the last fight didn't take too long. Seth Petrozelli's in with us one more round, so thanks for staying with us, Seth.
Of course, guys.
Bamboo back in the cage after, I believe, suffering in a car accident.
Motorcycle accident, actually. Tore his foot up really bad. Ooh. And just right hand. And Hyman has put him down. Good transitioning by Hyman. Great transition to stay on the side control. Big hammer fist. Seth, what can either one of these fighters do?
I thought he was going to stop the fight, honestly, man. When he's doing what he needs to do, he's getting his guard back, but he's just constantly passing it, pounding.
The referee will stop this fight if the fighter cannot intelligently continue to defend himself.
It's not too intelligent just to hold your arms up and stay there. You got to be moving.
Bamboo bloody from the nose. Trying to play a guard game, but great strikes by Mike Hyman. Unbelievable ferocity and just bringing the attack all the way.
You just got to be careful that you don't burn yourself out doing that.
Does Bonesaw want Bamboo on the ground, or does he want to step back and start back up, all over with him standing
Bamboo
up?
is more of a ground fighter, and what he wants is for Bonesaw to make a mistake and fall in between his legs and find the armbar of the triangle right away. It'll give Bamboo time to rest, and it'll hopefully take some of these shots away from him. What do you think there, Seth?
It looks like Bamboo's too tired to do that, though. You're correct. That's what he wants to try to do. But yeah, you look like that Bonesaw's got a submission on him. Yeah, he looks too tired to even try to put a submission on him. He looks kind of dazed still from that strike.
That fight very easily could have been stopped, like you said, Seth.
I'm surprised it wasn't.
The referee kept it going, and Bamboo's working an okay game to stay alive, but he's not mounting much offense for himself. He really is just surviving at this point.
He's reversing it, though.
Great roller. Let's see if he can get a takedown. He's going to need to do something for the judges' points right here. Kind of hard for Hyman to sprawl with his back to the cage as he would want to do, but now that he's starting to get a little bit of a, there he goes, he gets the hips down, pushes Bamboo's head to the floor. Takes a lot of strength too, Seth, to just hold on to that leg.
He's got the guillotine in.
Nice tight guillotine.
Yeah, it's in pretty tight.
You just got to be careful with those guillotines too. Like if you hold on for too long, you get your arms get tired after that.
Absolutely.
Oh, triangle.
Bamboo throwing the elbows. He won his last fight by setting up a triangle and just blasting away. But Hyman did a great job to back out. He took advantage of Bamboo not being able to secure.
That's what he wants to do. He now wants to step back and stand it back up, which is a smart move. Like you said, Bamboo's a great guy on the ground, so you don't want him there, whether you're dominating or not.
Man, Bone Crunch is bringing the excitement and the thunder to Lakeland tonight.
This is awesome action.
Another guillotine setup. If he could get his hips down, and he needs to land that guillotine. He needs to stay in front of him in one big line. He can't be moving out to the side.
Wow, Hyman looking, Bamboo looking good on the ground though, in person.
You know, the longer this goes on, both guys have a chance to A, either get more tired, or B, have time to recover. Exactly. And Bamboo's, if he takes less and less shots as this goes on, he's going to be able to recover a little bit more. Ooh. Round one so far, definitely going to Mike Hyman, however.
Oh, absolutely. What's going through Bamboo's mind right now? Is it survival, trying to get to the next round?
Seth, you've been in this situation a lot more, but I would say he's looking for the end of the round and get a drink and listen to your coach.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing a good job, though, surviving. I mean, he took a lot of hard shots, but, ooh, good shaking.
Blast.
That was a serious knee right there.
That was a good legal knee right before he was on the ground. Bamboo's got a little second wind here.
Definitely an exciting fight, man. Nice fight.
Now the fatigue's coming out on Hyman from going off explosive. What an incredible back and forth. I can't even talk to you guys. The crowd is so loud in here right now.
I know.
This is MMA action at its best, where Bamboo was kind of dominated the first 2 minutes or so, and now you've got to worry about those judges. He might have lost the first half. He might be winning the second half.
This is a great compliment to the coaches, because a lot of these fighters are making their professional debut or have only had 1 or 2 fights, and they're fighting like they've been doing this a long, long time.
Heck yeah. They're fighting like this is their last fight ever.
Absolutely. This is awesome.
This is what the fans pay to see, though. This is great.
And this is something you hope that when you bring your team in, Seth, that your fighters are going to do that. Omoplata set up by Bamboo.
10 seconds left. Let's see if he can hold it for 10 seconds. Good Omoplata, though. Oh.
It's over.
Oh, God. Right at the end of the round.
Wow.
That was
Did he tap or did he just stop it?
It looks like his arm was hanging. I think he tore his shoulder.
I think the referee stopped it. He did not tap. The referee stopped it.
He could have kept going for a couple more seconds. Oh, well.
But that's something that we can talk about. I mean, that's not necessarily a referee's job to look at the clock, and I have to compliment him on that. I'm not saying it was a good stop. I'm just saying if he feels he has to stop, you stop.
Referee Jorge Alonso stops it with 3 seconds left in the first round. For your winner, Tampa Terror's Joe Bamboo!
Wow, that was some fight.
Yeah, man, that guy was really tough. Very good fight. I was really impressed.
Now, I got to talk to your uncle a little bit, and he said at first you took a hit, but you came back amazing. I was watching you giving some knees out there, and, well, what happened?
He rocked me a couple times for sure, but I tried to just push through it, you know. Tough kid, man, really tough. I was getting him really solid at the end, though. I knew it was going to be stopped.
Okay. I saw those knees. I mean, there wasn't just 1 or 2. There was a lot of...
I hit him hard a lot, you know. He stays standing. That's amazing. Really tough guy. Hats off to you, man. Great job.
Great news, fight fans. Fightzone magazine is now available throughout Florida and is packed with articles on mixed martial arts, boxing, wrestling, karate, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and more. Fightzone features women fighters, casino events, and the best national, regional, and local fight news. Pick up a copy at your favorite fight event, gym, school, and retail outlet. For all this and one of the largest photo galleries in the world, visit FightZoneMagazine.com. See you in the zone. Fightzone.
Get bigger. Get harder. Get stronger. Get Gamma. Gamma O.
Gamma O works for me, it'll work for you.
I'm Razor Rob McCullough, World Extreme Cage Fighting Lightweight Champion. I take Gamma O.
Get bigger. Get harder. Get Gamma. Gamma O. Available at select General Nutrition Centers and other fine health food stores nationwide.
Why did we devote 7 years to creating the new C-Class? Why did we road test it 14 million miles and wreck so many before we let you behind the wheel? Why did we engineer door hinges that could hold a 200-pound man and brakes that could slow the car from 80 to 0 in just 4 seconds? Why? Because we promised you a Mercedes-Benz. That's why.
Introducing the all-new 2008 C-Class, starting at $32,425.
It's about lifestyle. It's about service. It's about unequal to value. It's about you, because you've earned it. Pre-completion pricing incentives available today.
We are about ready to kick off the fourth fight between Tampa and Port St. Lucie. Another legend sitting down with us.
Mike Lee is with us right now. Mike, thanks for sitting in. One of the guys that's been fighting since the inception of the sport. You've been around forever. You fought in parking lots and everything, and it's a pleasure to have you. You're one of my favorite guys in MMA in the entire state, and we're happy to have you with us.
Oh, thanks, Ben. It's great to be here tonight to see these two guys going at it very hardcore right now. This starts out to be one of the more exciting matches of this evening.
Both guys trading leg kicks and coming out the 185, showing they can go as exciting and as fast as the littler guys. And if there's one thing we've seen tonight, the Terrors and the Devils, these teams are living up to their names.
Definitely does. It looks like Miguel in the red there really wants to bring this fight to the ground. And it really looks like Mitch wants to keep things standing. He's pretty excited about trading pretty hard right now.
It's a professional wrestler down there in Mexico. You could see that by his ring entrance as well.
El Verdugo, yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, though, and it's the first time it's happened so far tonight, they went to touch gloves. One wanted to, the other one didn't.
Yep. That might be the different background of professional wrestling to MMA right there.
One thing that we're seeing out of Mitch Harris right now is he's throwing some big strikes, and the referee hasn't called it. Oh, he just walked away, and Schaffner absolutely didn't want to stay. What I was going to say, Mike, is Mitch was throwing heavy strikes, but he was leaving his hands down every time he was kicking. And that's trouble for him, but he was throwing the fury, and it worked out for him in this case.
It definitely did. It looked like he knew he won before the ref even stopped in there. He was a nice guy. He was a professional athlete. He knew he had won. He didn't want to do any more damage to his opponent. He walked away.
I think you take that on a competitive sportsmanship level more than, hey, I'm cocky, I just beat you down and walked away. No sense in jumping on him and putting hurt to him when you know the referee's going to stop the fight anyway. So you might look at that one way, but I think the truth is it's sportsmanship in mixed martial arts right now. Mike, same thing with Seth. I think we're going to have you sit in on another fight with us.
Yeah, I guess you might have to hang around now.
Sounds great there. We're right there. I mean, you pointed out a fact there. Sportsmanship all the way. He knew he had won. It really didn't need to jump in there and try to continue the fight. He knew he had won. He walked away like a professional athlete. It's good to see things like that happen in the sport.
As I said before, Mitch, both of these guys, actually I said it about Mitch, but really with both of these guys, throwing big strikes at first, but kind of dropping their hands. And, as it turned out, El Verdugo ended up just landing the leg kicks, and they kind of hurt. But
all right, Miguel. This is Nancy Evans, and I caught up with Miguel, who is hecho in Mexico, and you won your fight. Why don't you tell us, our Fight Zone fans, how you did that?
Well, I just went out there. I stuck to the game plan. I wanted to stay on my feet, and that's what I did. I stayed on my feet. I stuck to the game plan. My trainers told me exactly what to do, and I did it.
All right. Now, your opponent seemed like he just kind of went to the ground and quit, I give up. What actually happened? What did you hit him with?
Well, I hit him with a good jab, and that's what took him to the floor. It was just a jab, and I guess he didn't want any more of that.
So he stayed down there and stayed put.
Yeah, I looked at him, and he looked up, and I knew he didn't want anything else. I didn't have to wait for the ref to step in. I just stepped away.
All right. Well, do you want to say anything to your fight fans from Bone Crunch and for Fight Zone?
Thank you for all the support. Fight for my cause. Mexicans are just here to work, and that's all we want to do.
Ring in National Team Pepsi Show Team for your next venue. They do it all from special events to TV appearances. And now you can possess what it takes to become a champion martial arts athlete as well. Visit www.battleofthearts.com to purchase your copy of How to Become a Champion Martial Arts Athlete course. Team Pepsi sponsors are Pepsi Americas, a equipment sponsors Steve Shepard's Ringstar Incorporated and the Action Radio Network, home of the Danny and Teresa Zano's Martial Arts Radio Hour.
Great news, fight fans. Fight Zone magazine is now available throughout Florida and is packed with articles on mixed martial arts, boxing, wrestling, karate, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and more. Fight Zone features women fighters, casino events, and the best national, regional, and local fight news. Pick up a copy at your favorite fight event, gym, school, and retail outlet. For all this and one of the largest photo galleries in the world, visit FightZoneMagazine.com.
Dining at home isn't difficult when you start with Har's Surf and Turf Market in Palm Harbor. Har's Surf and Turf Market has the freshest meats and seafood, a full line of Boar's Head deli items, and fabulous pre-made selections. Surf and Turf Market also carries over 300 beers and wines featuring Australia's #1 brands such as Penfolds, Rosemont, and Lindemans. And now, Har's Surf and Turf Market features quality dry-aged steaks for you to enjoy at home. Har's Surf and Turf Market in Palm Harbor, your neighborhood market.
6 out of 10 Americans are now in debt. If your credit card bills are piling up and your balance just isn't going down, call Consolidated Credit now. They'll get the credit card companies to reduce or eliminate your interest. They're the freedom people.
Only Consolidated Credit has the Freedom Quest program. Call now. 1-800-239-8071. 239-8071.
Consolidated Credit. When credit card debt is the problem, they're the solution.
Out of Gracie, Tampa, standing at 5 feet 11 inches, making his pro debut tonight, please welcome Alonzo Room!
We're back once again to kick this underway, Randy, with Randy Harris and Mike Lee. And
there's a lot on this fight, to be honest. I mean, the Tampa team has already won. They've already clinched to move on, but you don't want to go undefeated. You know, the Port St. Lucie team, they want to at least get something out of this, correct?
I agree. I think the team captain, Dean Thomas, here is really going to push for his guy, you know, to try to win this so there isn't a clean sweep on the Tampa side.
But on the other side of that, you don't want to be the only guy on your team that had a loss, so they're both pressured a little bit.
Right, I think this is going to be an exciting fight, man.
And before we get started, give us a little something on the Sarasota team.
The Sarasota team's going to make its debut, so to speak, next month on the 12th. We're going to be having a renewed team from the summer. This past summer, there was a Sarasota team that didn't do so well. So we've really revamped the entire team, new coaches, new fighters. I think we're going to have a lot different outcomes this past summer. Look forward to a big fireworks next month down in Sarasota.
Randy, I don't know if you've ever seen Mike fight, but if any of his fighters bring the talent that he's got, it's going to be exciting for them. It's 4-0 by the fights, but it's 7-0 total score.
It's the big guys. It's the heavyweights.
Slugging away. Nice right hand by Stutzman, but a pickup for a slam takedown. Beautiful. Beautiful by Roan. Right to side control, Mike. What does Stutzman have to do here to get out of this dominating side control position?
I think he's going to have to either replace guard or fight back to his knees. Right now, with the position of his legs, it looks like he hasn't been on his back too much, Ben. I'm guessing right now he's looking to hold on, praying that the referee stands him back up. But for the position of his legs, he's not trying to replace guard or trying to stand back up. So perhaps he's a better stand-up striker, better stand-up fighter than he is a ground fighter. We'll have to see.
And once again, this is Alonzo's very first fight. Not his first professional fight. This is his first fight.
I think like you're looking here to go to, you know, to be a good ground gamer, you need flexibility in your hips and good hip movement. And sometimes the bigger guys, they just want to throw the leather and bang it out. And, you know, it might be potentially hard for him if he is a striker at heart, especially as Randy just mentioned. If this is his first fight, there's a lot going through his head right now, more than just move my hips around.
I agree. I told my new guys, your first time, you forget 75% of the things that you've learned in the last couple years. So you better hope that 0.25% that you're remembering is enough to get you through that fight.
Now, Benny, Mike, you both are fighters. Are you telling me this is fun?
It's great fun.
It's great fun. It's great fun to win. It's a whole lot of fun to win. And here, this is okay. After the fact, it's a lot of fun.
I think that in some respects, you look at it, that win or lose, if you know you put it all on the line, you did your job and you had fun. It's the hard work getting to this point that is difficult, and the hard work right here seemed to pay off in that knee strike to the ribs by Roan.
But in fact, you can see that hard work is really prepared, the guy in the bottom here, to take those knee strikes. So that hard work on both fighters have prepared one to throw it and the other one to take it and not give up a fight like most people in the world would do right about now.
Looks like we got a Kimura.
This is Bone Crunch fighting at its best, 2008.
I was just about to say, Mike, you can have these dominant positions, but if you don't do anything with them, like Roan on top, not really striking or making use of the elbow here very much, you're kind of wasting energy yourself. But then he set up that nice submission attempt, and he is starting to throw some more strikes.
You're right. We've seen a couple of fights earlier tonight. Guys have been so dominant in that first round. It's amazing. But if you don't have the cardio to keep it up in the second half of that first round or even the second, third round, the tides change pretty quick, Ben.
Two big guys checking in at over 200 pounds.
It looks right now these guys are pretty good sized heavyweights. You know, a lot with this much power going in here, we're not going to see a fight that goes the distance. We're going to see a submission or a knockout here in the first couple rounds, I'm betting.
I definitely agree there. You know, you're looking at two guys that might not make the distance, but they're going to throw the heavy leather, go for the submissions. And these guys, right from the get-go, need to put it all on the line because it's hard for them to fight toe-to-toe with someone big like this.
I agree 100%. These guys are really, you're prepared to go 3 rounds, Ben, but you're hoping it's over in the first.
I mean, Randy, you train. I mean, you know what it's like to maybe even sometimes you take a day off or you train really hard and fatigue sets in because you overtrained a little bit. So many different things can come into factor how long you're going to last in a fight. And these guys just have to hope that everything they did was good. And here we have Roan on top, either chewing on his mouth guard or he's so tired he's moving it out of place so he can breathe a little bit more, as we see quite often when guys are worn out.
Yeah, you see that quite often. The fact that his mouthpiece isn't out is showing that he's doing pretty good right now. You know, you can keep control of your mouthpiece in different positions and still have a lot of cardio going. My last fight, I actually won in the first round relatively quick. And I was very thankful. I was ready to go 3 rounds, but I was happy it was over quick. I'm sure right now Roan wants to win this quickly as he possibly can.
Typically when you watch heavyweights or light heavyweights fight, you expect stand-up. You really don't expect big guys to be on the ground and doing jiu-jitsu and doing a fairly good job at it.
Well, this might not be a jiu-jitsu wizardry
It's not
match,
a clinic.
but they're doing good movement. I mean, you know, Stutzman's staying alive and really defending pretty well on the ground.
If you notice, he's keeping his arms in the right positions.
Absolutely.
He's not reaching over the top of the head. He's keeping his arms short. The submission attempts from the Kimuras and the key locks are relatively easily defended. He's keeping his arms in the same position. Even one of these guys are in a dominant position. They both know their jiu-jitsu. They're both playing it pretty safe right here, pretty smart.
Roan's got a pretty loose side control that if, as we talked about earlier, if Stutzman could actually get his hips working, he almost had a half guard position a few seconds ago. You know, Stutzman's kind of laying on the left hip a little bit. If Stutzman could get a little bit of hip movement, he might be able to pull a half guard and work a sweep of some sort. But I think right now, at this point in the first round, he's looking to just stay alive and get into round number 2.
I agree 100%. It looks like, you know, both of these guys could improve positions slightly, but both of them are giving 100% right now. Even if they're the best of their abilities right now, they're not jiu-jitsu wizards, but these guys are definitely pro fighters. They're giving all they can. The second round should be interesting to see how the guys' cardio is last up.
But you also don't want to make a mistake here either. You know, with only a few seconds left by leaving an arm out there or leaving a leg out there.
Like we said, this last fight is going to have a lot riding on the line. We'll have to see in the second round.
I think you can look at it and think if the position's working for you, you take advantage of that position like Roan did. But in the same thing, it might not be the best position, so do you have that mentality when the one guy might snap, all of a sudden, hey, he's leaving me a space. So, you know, we're going to have to look and see if positions improve, if their stamina stays where it is or they lose out. But Mike Lee with us and Randy Harris, what do you think?
No, I was just going to say, Mike, as a coach, what are you telling your fighter right now?
Right now, depending on what side I'm on here, you might think your one fighter's doing enough to win the decision. You might think your other fighter's doing enough to survive. You're going to tell one fighter, you need to improve your position, you're doing fine. On the other side, you might tell your fighter you're doing just fine. Now, it depends. Do you want to take the safe road and try to win a decision, or do you want to go that there and say, hey, listen, you missed a couple chances for a submission victory, a knockout victory. Me, personally, I'm going to tell my fighter, try to win that in the second round. You never want to leave it up to the judges.
That's what we've talked about all night. You never want to go to the judges. You just never know.
100%. You think that you won all 3 rounds, and there's been some upset victories. Don't leave it to the judges if you don't have to.
We're about ready to start round 2 here.
Sorry about that, Randy. How important is it for Stutzman, do you think, to think, well, that whole round was because I was a striker and I got the takedown on me right away? Is he going to come out throwing hands, you think? Or should he work to defend, you know, the takedown by Roan and have a different kind of game plan this round?
You know, the 2 different options right here. He might come out and try to knock him out quick so he doesn't get taken down. Or the second option, he might be a little more conservative so he doesn't get taken down on the looping right hand. We'll have to see.
Randy, who do you pick for the first round there? Totally Roan all the way for position control, or spinning back kick?
Yeah, I would definitely go with Roan all the way in the first round. That was complete control. It wasn't the most damaging round, but he controlled it.
Well, and sometimes it's not that he won it, it's Joe didn't do anything at all.
There you go.
Joe has to do something. Show me something.
a little bit better favor. Roan got the takedown again, but at least now for Stutzman's sake, opposed to round one, he's working from half guard where you have submissions and sweeps available to you.
Mike, talk about what it's like to be a coach in Bone Crunch, because I know that you guys have a lot of responsibilities, including like being the matchmaker of putting these things together.
I know personally, when I'm fighting, I'm in the zone and I'm having a great time out there. When I'm a coach or I'm matchmaking, I'm more nervous than anything you can possibly imagine. Right here, if you're in there, you have a lot of control. As you're coaching, you definitely want to make sure that your boys or girls in some of these fights are definitely doing as best as they possibly can. You're going to give them as much advice, but you know those guys are listening to you. They've learned to listen to your voice in particular. So a lot of these guys' wins or losses are because of the coaches.
Big right hand by Stutzman. Randy, how about that? The first time tonight, fight number 5, we actually have a stand-up.
I don't even know how to call it. We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, the referee stood him up. They weren't on the ground really that long, but they're starting to fatigue, show a little bit of tiredness. Another takedown by Roan.
It looks like in a full side mount this time. There's no half guard involved this time, guys. So we're going to see if one of the two are more tired.
I don't know if you just caught what Mike said, and I know we talked about this on the radio as well. There's a lot of weight classes, but there's also male and female fights in Bone Crunch.
I think that's great. I think the women's mixed martial arts sport's really taken off. It's very excited. The women have a tendency to be extremely technical, have so much, passion for the sport, just like the guys would. And in my opinion, they're very fun to watch. And I can't wait to, be able to call some of the women's fights because they're really, really good for the sport, in my opinion.
I know for a fact that myself, and along with all the other coaches, have a few women that are going to be on the next couple of cards. So watch out for these girls. They're great.
That's Bone Crunch fighting at its best right there.
Tell you what, you get a lot of names for events, and you have a lot of new events coming up, and sometimes you kind of wonder why did they name the event that name or whatever. And tonight, we've seen some heavy hitting, some great submissions, and I think Bone Crunch can be a more fitting title for this fight league, and it's especially in the inaugural event for 2008.
There's been a lot of talk about a team concept. We've always thought of MMA as an individual sport, and I like what Bone Crunch is doing.
There for a second. I'm sorry to interrupt. Somebody's mouthpiece just flew out. It was hard to see which one of the two. But as we talked before, the cardio aspect, somebody was breathing pretty heavy and having their mouth open to have a mouthpiece fly out on the ring.
I believe it's Rhodes.
He's been letting it hang all night.
It looks right now he's going to set up for a case of Gatami. He's cranking on that arm pretty hard. I can't see right here, but there's a lot of damage happening with those punches as long as, it looks like he might be getting out, fighting back to his knees. There we go.
Better be careful right here.
Nice transition to the back right there for a big guy who's tired. And I'm impressed with Stutzman to stay alive right there, throw a couple strikes. He was eating some heavy hands, as you said, Mike. But Roan, number one thing, stand up and turn around. Great job, but big slam. The big boys going at it.
I think that's the slam of the night, guys.
Slam of the night for sure, but Stutzman, as tired as he's looked, here he is,
and
staying
he's going
alive.
forward again.
Absolutely.
Now he's taking some punches though, trying to get another slam in.
I hope picking up another heavyweight didn't tire him out so much.
Stutzman just wound up. He literally pulled back, threw a big right hand, followed with a left jab, and another right hand. It was a great combination that actually got Roan kind of tired.
And this is something that we've talked about all night. What is the judges looking for? Are they going to give more credit to the slam or more credit to the punches that he took trying to get the slam?
I think that the power of that slam, the technique of that slam overrides the tired punches, but the judges have to look a little bit that this, these guys are still fighting and putting it all on the line, and they're both way into it.
I agree, but I think the judges are also going to look at who's imposing their will. Very obviously, we know who wants to stand up and who wants to get on the ground. Where's the fight spend more time? So even if one person isn't knocking out or submitting the other one with relative ease, who's dominating their force? Who's where they want to be? And I really think we know who that is at this point. I think Alonzo Roan is really dominating at this point. He's not knocking his opponent out, he's not submitting his opponent, but he's definitely dominating in different aspects of the game.
There's about 30 seconds left in the round, Randy. What do you think, in your opinion, calling fights before? What's the most important thing to get through 10 seconds now?
It's just to hold on. I mean, that's all you can do. You don't want to take any more abuse. You want to try to get it into the next round. Joe's got to think that he's losing this fight, but you have to have the opportunity to win, and that's to get to the next round.
I'll be curious what each coach tells their fighters this round. Are they going to take it easy and say, you've won this fight, take it easy that next round? Is the other coach going to say, listen, you're behind on points, go out for the knockouts? We'll have to see.
Absolutely.
And you have to be careful, because we know a lot of guys that are winning rounds 1 and 2. They should coast, or you would think as a novice coast, they don't, and then they go and get knocked out. We won't say names.
The big boys are bringing it hard. The heavyweight division in the final fight of the Tampa Terrors versus the Port St. Lucie Devils. We'll be right back for round number 3.
Whether you're promoting yourself or your business, U.S. Website Design and Hosting provides web hosting at lightning-fast speeds, domain name registration, and web building site tools for all types of websites at discounted prices. From a large corporate presence to a small one-page personal site, you want it to load fast. Give yourself or your business more exposure and extend your public image today. You can find us through any search engine or just go to uswdh.com.
Great news, fight fans. Fightzone magazine is now available throughout Florida and is packed with articles on mixed martial arts, boxing, wrestling, karate, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and more. Fightzone features women fighters, casino events, and the best national, regional, and local fight news. Pick up a copy at your favorite fight event, gym, school, and retail outlet. For all this and one of the largest photo galleries in the world, visit FightZoneMagazine.com. See you in the zone. Fightzone.
At GMC, we've been breaking down barriers for over 100 years to create the 2008 Sierra Denali, the most powerful half-ton V8 ever, and the 2008 Sierra Heavy Duty, the most powerful one-ton ever. Part of the most extensive line of pickups available. That's progress. That's professional grade.
Round number 3, we're back to Bone Crunch, the heavyweights. Mike, what do both of these guys need to do to solidify a win right here, other than just the knockout or the submission?
I think right now it's pretty obvious. Alonzo here in the black trunks has won the first 2 rounds. You know, neither one of these guys have put the other one away, but Alonzo has put his will. He's dominated what he wants to do in this fight, and it looks like it's going to go back down. Joe needs to try to go for a knockout or a submission. There's no other way he's going to win this fight in my eyes.
We talked about this last round, not necessarily that you want to coast, but really that's all Alonzo needs to do right now. Take the win. This is his first fight. Again, not his first amateur fight, his first fight. Take the win right now.
I agree. That's all he needs to do. Now, depending on what you want to do, he might go out there and really go for broke. He might try to win this fight, but at the same time, when you do things like that, that can lead yourself open to a submission or a knockout.
I was just going to say the hard part of that, you coast too much and you've got ground position, the referee stands you up, you might eat a knockout. But if you get going too fast and too hard, you can make a mistake and get caught in the submission. So it's a tough place to be.
And let's take it one step further. We're saying you might want to coast. We're not the judges.
Yeah,
right. He might not have won the first 2 rounds. He might have lost one of those 2, and then he coasts in round 3 and ends up losing 2 rounds to 1.
That's like we said, coach's position at this point is so important. They're telling the fighter, you've won or you've lost. They're going to give a good game plan of what to do. Right now, I'm guessing both fighters want to win this. They don't want to leave it up to the judges. I'm guessing we might see a submission. I'm really impressed that this is going to go all 3 5-minute rounds for these heavyweights in their first time out.
Another guard pass for Roan from the guard over to side control. He tried to go for a mounted position. Kind of a sloppy technique just as far as trying to go over the leg of Stutzman, but in the same token, he's trying to get that extremely dominant position, because what we've been talking about, why let it go to the judges if I can get them out, throw 6 or 7 punches, and if he looks tired, the referee's going to stop the fight for safety purposes. So, he's working to continue his position, but he's not being sloppy about it. But here we are talking again, Stutzman finally using his hip movement and pulls guard. That's the first time he's done it all night, and that's the best technique we've seen from him since the first round.
It was really nice to see him push on the hips, replace full guard right now. This is really going to limit the amount of damage that Ronan can do from the top. But inside of the guard, he's going to look to pass, but I hope he doesn't get caught in a submission, one of those pass attempts.
Roan's in trouble right now because he just spit his mouthpiece out while Stutzman was laying some pretty good punches to the face. And I don't think in this case that it necessarily hurt him at the moment, but he's tired, he's got no mouth guard. That could be some trouble here at the end of the fight. Look at Roan grunting right now. He's in some serious condition trouble.
I agree. Last time we saw this position, Joe was able to squeeze out and get back to his knees. I'll be curious now with both of these fighters fatigued, if one's going to win with the submission or the other one's going to fight back to his knees again.
If Stutzman can get to his knees and work to his right hip and kind of squeeze out, he's got potential to take his back right away. Or if Roan rolls with him, he's got side control or even north-south. There's a lot of great potential for him if he can start to try to work. But Roan's just holding on for the win right here at this point.
What you also have to be careful of, and the referee has already warned once or twice, a couple fingers have gone into Roan's eyes right there. So, you're sweating, your fingers are, rolling, the gloves.
I'm not a big fan of trying to cover the mouth. I'm not a big fan of trying to cut off their breathing like he was there.
It looks like we have a tap out here from the case against Tommy. It was a shoulder lock put on to Joe Stutzman. He had a tap out or his arm was going to break.
And here you go, guys. I mean, that's a shutout. The Tampa Terrors.
Hi, we're the Bone Crunch Dasher Girls. Don't touch that dial.
Get bigger. Get harder. Get stronger. Get Gamma. Gamma O.
Gamma O works for me, it'll work for you.
I'm Razor Rob McCullough, World Extreme Cage Fighting Lightweight Champion. I take Gamma O.
Get bigger. Get harder. Get Gamma. Gamma O. Available at select General Nutrition Centers and other fine health food stores nationwide.
Great news, fight fans. Fightzone magazine is now available throughout Florida and is packed with articles on mixed martial arts, boxing, wrestling, karate, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and more. Fightzone features women fighters, casino events, and the best national, regional, and local fight news. Pick up a copy at your favorite fight event, gym, school, and retail outlet. For all this and one of the largest photo galleries in the world, visit FightZoneMagazine.com. See you in the zone. Fightzone.
Good news. Nobody saw you. More good news? It's time for Toyota's 31 Days of Deals event. Now get $5,500 in total savings on a new Tundra Double Cab SR5, the 2008 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Toyota, moving forward.
Our people make the difference no matter what you buy for the best in automotive. Any auto supply. We got everything you need to keep your car like new. Quality replacement parts, service tried and true. Online at BennettAuto.com and in the yellow pages too. Our prices bring you in, our people bring you back. Bennett is the best around. Hey, that's just a fact.
Drive with the leader, Bennett Auto Supply and Auto Value.
We're here with Eric Marshall. He is Director of Fighter Relations for Bone Crunch MMA. Eric just had a great fight behind us. Rob Kahn's Tampa Terra swept Dean Thomas's Port St. Lucie Devils 5-0. It's very exciting.
Oh, very exciting, man. They were on the top of their game, man. They capitalized on everything they did. When it was down in the dumps, they dug down deep on a couple of those fights and came back. It's exciting.
One of the things I'm real excited about that I'm really enjoying is you got the Port St. Lucie Devils, the Orlando side of Florida, and then you got the Tampa Terrors, the West Coast side, and they're fighting in the middle of the state. So it's sort of like one of those big cross-state rivalries.
Yeah, in a big lake, Lakeland.
You're a fighter as well. Are we ever going to see you back in the cage?
If I can get training again. It's hard. The school, 2 kids, a wife, family, you know, and I got a stable of fighters, but you know, we went back to the amateur, back to our roots, and we're going to come out. We're going to come out. They're trying to get me to fight, but we'll see.
Come on, man.
We'll see. We'll see.
Eric, it's a pleasure. Thanks. Good luck with all of your future endeavors in Bone Crunch.
Thank you, sir. You too.
The second half of tonight's Bone Crunch Fighting. I'm Randy Harris alongside Benjamin Glossop, and another celebrity stops by to hang out with us. Alan Barubi.
He takes care of himself. We don't need to take care of him.
That's right. I didn't even get a chance to say where.
I'll do my own promos, please.
All right.
Masta, what do you think about the guy from Cincinnati coming in, doing a backflip, and then pounding the floor?
Looks real athletic, you know, and both these guys seem like they've been in the sport quite a while, all their lives, karate, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. It should be an exciting fight.
And I like, again, that they both went out and touched gloves.
Little Superman punch to start it out. Didn't connect, but bringing the heat.
You know, that kid looks really aggressive and real athletic. It should be a lot of fun to watch. Wrestling since he was 5, and you can tell what a takedown right there.
Nice little headlock put in.
Yeah, Randy Harris headlock style right there. He must have been trained under the great Randy Harris. Good position by McIntosh there. Oh, circled out, nice knee, good Muay Thai clinch. Little elbow. Big takedown.
This kid's exciting.
You know, we talked about this all night long, though. Can you kind of shoot yourself by coming out this quick and using too much energy right away?
Yeah, you sure can. I've been there.
Yeah, I think you can, but in the same token, you can really beat down your opponent's mental game by coming out this explosive. You get a big takedown like that, you land a knee, you might be getting tired, but you're tired but feeling confident, and the other guy might not be so much.
Yeah, but where does your confidence go if that kid lasts through it, you know?
That's it. You're exactly right. That's why it's a chess game. Big slam set up on an armbar by Weeks, and then McIntosh with a nice slam out of it, wanting to go back to the stand-up. The Taekwondo showing with the head kick. Nice stuff by McIntosh.
I like the composure of both these kids.
Like I said, you know, they've been doing it since they were 5 years old. The one guy, the other guy, do Taekwondo all his life. You know, they've been around the sport. They've been around the fighting game a long time.
Nice little secondary takedown right there to give Weeks a chance to have half guard on top. Let's see what he can work with it.
Yeah, he's got to let go of that. He's got to let go of that guillotine right there.
McIntosh does have a guillotine. However, I don't think there's a lot of damage to it. You know, it's more. Sometimes you can be more tired holding on to a submission that's not going to work for you.
At that point, you got to let it go and push it away.
That's it.
Get back to your guard.
Nice mount. Nice mounted effort from half guard. Let's see if Weeks can take advantage of this.
It looks like he's going to shoot an armbar there.
Great rollover by McIntosh, but awesome composure. Weeks has the armbar set up. Let's see if he can extend the arm out and survive.
He's got the leg. Armbar.
That's it.
What a great job right there.
Wow. Weeks was getting beat up. He was taking some good hits, getting slammed, and that's composure. That's your training coming through for you right there.
That's a W right there, my man. Ain't better than that.
Oh, that was great.
He was getting picked up, slammed, thrown around. He had composure the whole time, never got nervous, never got freaked out. Came out, big time.
I think the saying goes, if you can't operate, decorate. So sometimes when you come into the ring and act and do some things.
Here we go to an instant replay. Weeks is doing good. He's going to push down on the knee. He's going to secure from half guard to mount. Working it out. He let go. He shouldn't have let go of that. Got the mount. Nice sweep right here by McIntosh.
As he sweeps him around, though, he's looking for the armbar. He throws the leg up over the head. He's thinking it all day long.
Great flexibility in Weeks. That's good coaching by Ross Kellen, and a win on the first fight for the Lakeland Blaze in 2008 Bone Crunch.
And you mentioned it when it happened. The key right there is when he grabbed the leg, because if he didn't grab the leg, that's when you get the serious slam.
The only disappointing thing to me in that fight is I don't get that much airtime from that.
How true that is.
I want to
look into the camera and say hi.
3-round fight. I am the crustacean sensation. And let me give you a heads up. We'll be changing the team name to the Tampa Lobsters. I'm going over with that.
You might have to get that approved first.
Rob's going for it. I talked to the promoter. He's good. It's all good.
Hey, Nancy Evans, and I'm back here, and I've got Steve, and he is so happy. Woohoo!
Yes, I am. I just won my first fight. I don't even know how to put it into words. I'm so happy. I made all my family proud. I made my trainers proud. I want to thank Champions MMA, Master Ross Kellen, Lakeland Blaze, Omega MMA, Master Lenny Bogdanos. He's got his new magazine out, MMA Authority. Get it? It's a good magazine. It's got all the upcoming guys in it, including myself. Okay, and I don't even know what else to say. I thought I'd do better at striking, and I ended up pulling out the submission victory. Just like I said, you don't know what's gonna happen in MMA. It's unpredictable. You gotta train everything. That's what I did.
Okay. Well, this was Steve Weeks' debut fight, and it was against a fighter that already had two previous fights. What did you think about that? Is he gonna be tougher or what?
I knew he had more experience than me, but I didn't think he was tougher than me. I didn't think he had more heart than me. I will admit that the experience played a little bit into the beginning of the first round because he got a good takedown on me. He got some good strikes on me just because, I don't know, maybe the lights shocked me, something like that. It won't happen again. My second fight will be much better, I promise.
Great news, fight fans. Fightzone magazine is now available throughout Florida and is packed with articles on mixed martial arts, boxing, wrestling, karate, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and more. Fightzone features women fighters, casino events, and the best national, regional, and local fight news. Pick up a copy at your favorite fight event, gym, school, and retail outlet. For all this and one of the largest photo galleries in the world, visit FightZoneMagazine.com. See you in the zone. Fightzone.
Ring in National Team Pepsi Show Team for your next venue. They do it all from special events to TV appearances. And now you can possess what it takes to become a champion martial arts athlete as well. Visit www.battleofthearts.com to purchase your copy of How to Become a Champion Martial Arts Athlete course. Team Pepsi sponsors are Pepsi Americas, equipment sponsors Steve Shepard's Ringstar Incorporated, and the Action Radio Network, home of the Danny and Teresa Zano's Martial Arts Radio Hour.
on March 14th.
Hello! Who is this? Is this Bert from accounting?
From the creators of Ice Age.
I have 96 daughters and 1 son.
Oh, busy guy. Jim Carrey.
We must become invisible. Travel silently.
Steve Carell.
You're due at the dentist for your who root canal.
You know, sticking who in front of everything doesn't make it hurt less.
And Seth Rogen.
I think I'm awesome. Good luck with your illusion of superiority.
Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who. Rated G.
The series critics are calling mind-boggling. And the coolest show on television is back. Sports Science returns with all new episodes. From ruptured spleens to screaming line drives, we put the science of sports injuries under the microscope. Sports Science returns with an all-new episode, Field Warriors, March 16th on FSN.
We're ready for the, let's see, 4th, but it's really the 3rd because we had a forfeit, and now we've had a DQ that might be turned into a no contest.
As it turns out, it looked like a knee to the face is what the call was. Let's get to this action really quick. We'll talk about that later.
Let's welcome Dean Thomas.
What's going on, gentlemen? It is good to be alongside of you guys.
It's awesome to have you here. Thanks for sitting in with us.
Well, you know, it's my duty.
Tell you what, Bone Crunch fighting has really been exciting tonight. Maybe not from your standpoint.
You know, just a rough night, you know. Some things happen.
Daryl Schooner takes a mounted position. These guys came out, the big boys, throwing some heavy leather, striking heavy to each other. Nice little reversal right there. And Schooner going for a nice armbar setup off of that. Dean, tell us what Turlo needs to do to escape from this armbar.
He needs to keep the pressure down. He needs to put his weight on him. He's lifting his hips up. That's not the right thing to do, really. He needs to try to put his knees, he needs to try to put to stack his opponent and get his knees to his forehead.
We talked about this in your fight when the heavyweights stood. Normally you don't have the heavy guys, the big guys doing the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on the ground, unless of course they come from your gym.
Well, normally the thing is they're so big they never really take the time to learn it. They'd rather just kind of stand up and slug.
He gave up an armbar that was pretty tight and actually jumped right over to the back with no.
And it's in, and there it is.
And it's over right there, rear naked choke.
It's the silverback. Seth Petrozelli, you remember him, superstar from Ultimate Fighter #2. And Seth, I'll tell you what, this Bone Crunch idea is really taking off here in Florida.
Yeah, definitely. I've always dug the team idea. We always train as a team, so why not fight as a team? I think this thing's going to take off, man. It's looking good so far here in Lakeland, and hopefully it'll be just as good on February 9th in Sarasota for my team fighting.
Name of your team is the Iron Monkeys. What can we look forward to in your team?
The Orlando Iron Monkeys. I'm telling you right now, I'm not just saying this because I train with them and it's my team, but we're going to be the best team, man. We got all the good guys fighting. We got wrestlers, we got strikers, and the best of them, so we're going to be the best.
Now, talk about good teams. We had a team really taking off today. Rob Kahn's Tampa Terras swept the competition 5-0. He looks tough.
He does look tough. He's going to be, honestly, I think he's a team to beat. But we did the same thing to Dean's team, too. We had our own smoker matches back in Orlando, and we did the same thing to Dean's team. So I think we're going to do the same thing to Rob's team. We're just going to do the same thing he did to Dean's. Kick him. Kick his ass.
Well, we caught your last fight, Seth, in that was in Orlando. Right. A very convincing win. A little bit of a controversy there. There was some headbutting going on. What happened?
As I came down for the elbow, my head and my elbow hit at the same time. So it was legitimate. If he ever wants to fight again, I'll fight him. But I don't think it'll ever happen. I actually got other things in the work in March that I'm really not supposed to talk about. I'm signed, but I'm not.
Do tell.
I can't tell, but it will come out soon. I'm just not allowed to right now.
Big promotion?
Yes, big promotion.
Really?
And it's not in this continent. Let's put it that way.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it in the Far East?
You could say that.
I think I know what it is. I can't say anything either. But we'll talk off camera on that. But I hate to tease you. But as soon as we can talk about it, we will. I promise you it's a very big event.
I just don't feel like getting sued, guys. You gotta feel me. I don't get paid that much as it is.
Seth, the Silverback Petrozelli, thanks for joining us here on Fightzone TV.
Anytime, Jay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Get bigger. Get harder. Get stronger. Get Gamma. Gamma O.
Gamma O works for me, it'll work for you.
I'm Razor Rob McCullough, World Extreme Cage Fighting Lightweight Champion. I take Gamma O.
Get bigger. Get harder. Get Gamma. Gamma O. Available at select General Nutrition Centers and other fine health food stores nationwide.
Great news, fight fans. Fightzone magazine is now available throughout Florida and is packed with articles on mixed martial arts, boxing, wrestling, karate, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and more. Fightzone features women fighters, casino events, and the best national, regional, and local fight news. Pick up a copy at your favorite fight event, gym, school, and retail outlet. For all this and one of the largest photo galleries in the world, visit FightZoneMagazine.com. See you in the zone. Fightzone.
Hey, Lisa, what do you think?
What is that?
It's my new PWC and the awesome protection plan I got for it.
There's an easier way to protect your PWC. Call Geico. They help insure all types of vehicles.
Geico Power Sports. Insurance for your car and the other stuff that moves you.
All right, we are here for the final fight of the night. It's already been clinched. Lakeland has already won, but still there's pride, and this still is a professional fight, so this goes on your record. I'm Randy Harris, alongside Benjamin Glossop, and of course the legend, Dean Thomas.
Oh, legend. Don't blink here, guys. Danny Ruiz is a very explosive fighter. Antonio Grant is a very explosive fighter. I think we may have had a little cage grabbing going on there. But
yeah,
this
we
fight,
went a couple times.
Yeah, this fight might not last long, so stay focused as Danny Ruiz gets the takedown and lands in the open guard of Antonio Grant.
Yeah, Danny Ruiz has got very good jiu-jitsu skills. I remember him from way back in the day when I lived in Orlando training with Danny Ruiz. He was good at jiu-jitsu years ago, so I mean, I could only imagine how good he could be now.
Some nice hammer punches coming down.
Great hammer fists, and you know the thing with him is he's got good control, great posture, and he doesn't get overzealous.
Yeah, yeah.
He maintains great control, and you know one of the guys that you could see be in the guard, fight off submissions, and work a great ground and pound game. Picking and choosing his strikes right here.
I was just going to say that. He's going to the stomach and then going to the head. Going to the stomach, then going to the head.
How important is body, head, changing it up like that?
It's very important because when you're in that position, you have a big target. And the bottom guy can't actually move his feet, and he can barely move his upper body. So you have that whole target, which you see Ruiz is utilizing everything he can in this position.
Danny ate a pretty good left punch. A little left jab, if you will, on his eye, but I think he's getting the better of this striking venture right here.
For sure, he's got gravity on his side.
Absolutely.
And I really dig what Danny's doing in this position. He's not worrying about passing a guard now. He's just using that space that he can to punch through.
I like how he turned away from the fence.
Oh, absolutely. When he feels like he softened his opponent up, then you'll see his jiu-jitsu skills.
Punches are precision right here, too. He's knocked out. Put him out. He was doing a great job, Dean, about hammer fist in the nose and punching the chin. Great location, great technical prowess with his strikes. Antonio Grant has no idea where he is right now. Great display of technique and rhythm by Danny Ruiz.
Oh, definitely. I thought his striking skills from the top were very good. He targeted his shots, took advantage, and just knocked his opponent out.
And again, we've talked about this all night. It's all about the safety of the fighters. Look how quickly the doctors and the medical staff is in there to take care of the fighters.
Here we go to an instant replay. Dean, take us through the instant replay as we see it happening here.
You see Danny, he's just kind of sitting there. He's got good distance to where he's punching, and he's picking his shots. He's coming right in between the center of the gloves, and that was actually the one that knocked him out. You see he's just taking his time, picking his shots. There he goes right now. He comes from the outside to the inside. Outside again that time. Inside, there it goes right there, and he sees the opening coming through the inside of the gloves, and right there, that's when I knocked him out. Actually coming up.
Now let's talk about you again for a second before they officially call it. You've got a little secret in mind for next year. You're going to have a boarding house, rumor has it.
Absolutely. Losing for me is something that I can't really take well, and whenever I lose, it just makes me stronger. And tonight, I really took a whooping. Next year when we come back, I'm going to have the guys live with me. If I have to pay them out of pocket, to live with me and train for this, I'm going to do that because we're going to win the whole thing next year.
I was just going to say, when do I move in? And then I heard the training part, and I'm like, no thanks.
Well, the guys could use a good cleaning person, so I mean, anytime you want to come by, that's cool, Randy.
I can feel the love right here, ladies and gentlemen. I can feel the love. Let's go ahead and take it to our announcer for the final call.
Jorge Ortiz, stop the action.
in round one, number 1. 1 minute, 58 seconds. Your winner by KO, Danny Capiteo Ruiz!
Danny, you did it!
Broke through.
All right. What's going on? Did you do that for your team captain here or what?
I did that for the team, and for me, I lost last one because I gassed, so we went back to the training and examined it, and we did the gauntlet. So I could have kept beating him up for the whole entire 15 minutes.
Okay.
So
that crowd was going absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I guess I got a couple fans out there, thank God.
To say the least.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this Bone Crunch experience. It was pretty good. They treated us really well. Show ran really smooth and well. And of course, with the W, that's always great. So I got to thank God, you know. I really know.
Got to thank.
Yeah, the best.
All right. What happened before that? Were you aware of any of that, or you stayed chill and weren't going in on?
We were gonna go and bang, but his stance was just straight up, and he wasn't throwing any combos. So I said, well, you know what? Let me shoot. He ain't gonna stop the takedown. So went there, started nailing. Then one of my cornermen said, right there, right there. So Scott, my best boxing coach in the world, told me hit him in the body, set it up, hit him in the body. So I was changing up the combination, hit him in the chin, and I gotta thank Rick, Scott, all the guys back home.
I told you it was going to be exciting. Rob Kahn's Tampa Terror sweeping Dean Thomas's Port St. Lucie Devils 5-0. Tim Riddle's Cincinnati Norsemen go back to Ohio with only one win. They were also disqualified, so Ross Kellen coming up big. The local Lakeland Blaze coming up big, 3-1. Gotta love this team concept. I'm really enjoying it. Bone Crunch MMA, we're gonna be seeing a lot more of that. And if you wanna see more great MMA, go to sunsportstv.com. Check out the local listings. Go to the Sun Sports schedule, go to Martial Arts, and find Jay's Brawl Call, a new half-hour MMA talk show that we're all very proud of at Fightzone TV. So we'll see you next time on Fightzone TV Presents. I'm Jay Adams. Catch you next time.